Hello everyone, great to have your company for the Juno Cup. Well, it's the business end of the tournament, final round action coming your way. I'm Luke Elvey, with me is John McCarthy.
Hello Luke, glad to be here. Hello to the folks at home. And as we start things up here today, Luke, what's our leader currently sitting at on the leaderboard?
Well, the play's been pretty impressive so far, and our leader currently sits at 7 under.
Thanks Luke, we'll talk to you in a bit. And about 155 yards out.
Alright guys, welcome back to the Juno Cup. Now, our first round was not great. We,
the 8-iron.
fast. At one point we were plus 5.
Shot will be on
We got
the
it down
green
plus 1.
with a fair amount of distance to make up to get
So,
that next putt in the hole.
we did okay. You know, ooh, wow. Broke way left at the end, or not,
for par.
not way, but didn't come back as much as I thought. Now, I'm not going to say we can win.
Nice little putt.
I'd have to shoot an incredible
And starting today's round off at
round.
even par.
As you can see, -9 right now
What we
is
have
the lead
before
in the
us is a par
clubhouse.
3. Let's see what happens.
But let's try and have some fun with it. Try and get maybe top 10. You never know, you know. Ooh, I pulled that.
Looks like a 6-iron.
I should have went
And
up.
Not the
that club.
greatest approach shot there. And just not enough club on that one.
I knew I should have went up a club, but sometimes, you know, how in the game that doesn't really matter too much. Thought maybe it was going to be like that, but
And
no.
this putt is needed to save par. And a
So
nice
par,
putt
back
there.
to back pars.
And he's going to
Again.
stay right there at even par after that hole.
Maybe, okay, so the top 10 would be, all right, let's say we can get to -5 or 6. You know, that's 7
Let's see
under
what
for
this
this
third
round
hole
if we get
has
to
in store.
-6. And I believe that could get us to top 10. That's what we're looking for. Because we did win.
It appears to be heading for the fairway here.
We did win the first 2 or 3 tournaments. We lost the next 2. Then there's this one. So we'll have about even on wins and losses, I believe. Good thing that was fast. Oh wow, we actually got, okay.
He's got to be pleased with
I
that.
didn't think we'd actually make it onto the green. Instead, we got over. Put a lot of loft on that. Ooh, not quite that much. Not quite that
And
much.
this putt is for birdie. Ooh, just
And as-
missing here.
Just completely
This putt's about a
scrubbed the
2-footer.
chip. That should have been the easiest birdie. Right there, just a chip and a
And
putt.
as we look at the scoreboard, our leader is
Chip it up
currently,
and
having a
6
round
feet away, and I
round
was
of
only
par.
probably 15 feet away from the cup.
Setting up for the next par 4 hole.
And this one, yeah, I'll go over there. I do not want to hit this
And
fast.
just
We didn't
Launched
hit it
this
perfect,
trap
actually. Because this was the hole
from 120
that really put us
yards
out of contention. For some reason, it just wouldn't stop hitting it fast. Even though I really never did, it just wouldn't stop doing it.
I
So
think
eventually
you'll
I
like
just
that.
moved it to the left and finally got
About
over it. But
15 feet to the cup from here.
let's put a little more break because they seem to be breaking a little bit more. Oh, really? I had that on there. Yeah, this one I got, I think it was 7 over is
And
the
no change
max
in
on
the
a hole.
standings, after that hole.
And that's what I was, so
And the wind could come into play on this one. I know some others have had some issues. Let's see how this tee shot goes.
I think if that hole hadn't have
Well, I'm not quite sure where
done
this
that,
one's
if I would
gonna
have
end up.
shot, oh, rough, of course. That 9 mile an
Setting
hour
up,
wind didn't
this
move it over
shot
too
in
much,
the
now
rough.
did it? But I think if that, oh, it's light, it's only 91%. Oh, pulled the hell out of it. Not too bad, I guess. There we go. Great chip. If I would have got maybe just a bogey on that hole, I know I would at
Now
least
let's
be
take a
under
look at the
par right
action
now.
on the leaderboard. And after that hole, he will remain at even par.
Man, it's just
And now we find
my
ourselves on the 6th hole
approaches
tee off.
and a little bit of the putting. Missing that birdie putt did not help. So we do some deal loft.
Going with
Fast.
the pitching wedge here.
Oh
Yeah,
wow,
I think this shot might have a bit too much club.
that went far.
Pretty sure he's gonna like that one. This putt's for birdie.
Man, in this hole, because of what club you're using, it should really be a birdie hole. I think I hit that too hard.
Oh, and it just
Not too
didn't
bad.
drop.
It's really,
And about
it's a
4
par 3
feet
that's a birdie
from the
hole.
cup.
And there's not too many you can say, well, this
And that
is
putt
this hole you
drops
should
on in
birdie,
for par.
you know, on a par 3.
And as we
Just
look at the
because
board, how
you
our
mess
leader
up
is
on the
currently
first shot
sitting at
and
9
you're
under.
out of it, you know.
And next up is a par 4, folks.
But when you have a wedge into a hole on a par 3, it's a birdie hole. All right, so we can't use driver. Oh, a little slow.
This-
Come on,
this
don't go in the
is not
bunker.
looking good.
It's so easy to get fast on everything right now, and I don't know why. That's I end up swinging things a little.
Yeah, this
I'm
one's
trying
not
not
looking
to
too
get
good.
fast on every single shot, especially the woods and irons, because it's right now for some reason it's just so easy. And man, that went a little far, didn't it? And just trying not to.
This one's about
And
10
up
feet
slow.
from the cup.
All right,
That putt drops for par.
made that putt.
And
Come
he's gonna
on, let me
stay
get a
right
birdie.
where he is, even par after that hole. And the
Be
8th
awesome to be 1
hole
under
is
after the
next.
after the front 9, wouldn't it? All right, this one we can just go right over everything. Oh my God. I said we try to have fun, didn't I? Well,
And he won't be too pleased with that.
yeah, I guess not. Why would I flop this? Okay, so it's 59 yards. We can hit it 94. We have to, well, could we do a pitch? Yeah. A gap wedge pitch with a bunch of loft, maybe? Just to make sure it gets out. That was a fine shot. It just should be
From
less than
21
15 feet.
away.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Come on, give me the putt. Give me the putt.
Oh my lands, that was very close. Okay, and now let's take a peek and see what's happening on the leaderboard.
I just cannot
And
make
no
a birdie.
change ranking-wise after that hole. Okay, and on to the 9th.
See, even
This
that
one's
one
looking
was
pretty good.
fast, and honestly, of course,
And I
I
apologize,
hit it
we've actually
so that I would
ended up
at
in the
least
rough.
be a little slow. So hitting it fast is really starting to become an issue. I was in the rough. I thought it would at least landed about 5 yards before that.
And
Jesus.
nothing wrong with that shot.
Now there is, buddy. 28 feet from the hole.
Oh,
Mm.
and this putt to save par. And that one will drop. And as we transition into the back 9 here in our final round of action, Luke, I'm curious as to what you're seeing on the course today.
Well, overall, nothing to
Par,
write home
par,
about here, but
par.
there were a few promising moments throughout that round. This back 9 will tell us how it'll all play out.
Thanks, Luke. We'll talk to you on the 18th.
Oh, wow. I thought that was going to
He's
get a
probably not too
much
pleased with
bigger
himself
kick
after that one.
left than it did.
And, in the rough for this next shot.
It's uphill, but the wind's helping, so I think, to be honest, just a full wedge. That was fast. Wow, and it went far. In the rough, uphill, wind not
22
really
feet
helping
to the cup.
at all because it's going more to the left than anything. I don't know.
And this for the par.
So obviously, they're really big adjustments, to be honest. They're not like small things you can overlook.
Okay, now
The-
moving on to the 11th.
Hitting out of the rough with, elevation, just it doesn't make sense. And the fact that most shots are easily so fast. Wow, okay.
And not the intended result, I'm sure, on that approach shot.
It's
I'm gonna
It's
blame
really
that
hard to
on the
judge a
wind.
shot, though, when it's uphill in the rough and it still goes further
This one's about 2 feet from the cup.
than it says if you were in the fairway. And then you go on one that's 11 feet downhill. Your shot's always hit and run at
And
least
today's
25, 30
score
feet.
is 12
And
under
it just
par.
kind of hits
now
and
setting up
sits,
for
you
the
know.
par 4 tee off.
I don't know. It's something I really hope they would fix in this iteration of the game. Wow, I really didn't put enough anything on that one. But it looks like they're not going to get to it until the next one, which is sad. Let's see, heavy rough. So I'm guessing I need all this club and more, apparently. Wow. Okay. Thought that was buried, but apparently
And this putt is essential
Perfect lie.
for saving par. Ooh, just
that sand
missing
shot
there.
made absolutely no sense.
And this for the bogey. Okay, and now we will take a look at the leaderboard. And after that hole, one over for the day. And next up is the par 5.
So yeah, I said I'd try to have fun with it, but and I am, I'm having fun making constant pars except for one
This
bogey.
is a close one. It could end up
Of course.
in the fairway.
The one that's not fast, because I'm trying not to get every shot fast. And that one's fast and pulled.
I think this one might be in the rough.
I guess the only good thing about this is it's par 5. But it's just really hard to ignore and accept the fact that elevation plays almost no part in your shots. And when they do, you have no idea that it's going to, because every other shot before that didn't.
5 feet to go here.
And that when you're in
Our
rough
putt will drop.
and it's uphill and you're hitting a wedge,
And
that
plus one on the
it's
day.
showing, let's say you hit it 125. Okay, it's saying you're going to land it
And setting up
125.
now on the 14th
You
tee.
expect a wedge uphill. It's going to roll maybe 10 feet at the most because you're in the rough and that's it. It's not going to have too much stop, but it's still going to have stop because it's a wedge. You're not expecting it to hit where it says it's going to hit as if you're in the fairway. And it was a perfect lie, or not perfect lie, but and you were perfectly level. But instead it lands as if it lands as if you're perfectly level and you're not in the rough.
Well, the approach did find the
And then
green,
it still
but,
rolls another
quite
20
a
feet,
long
and you're
distance
like,
putt ahead.
really? I just hit a pitching wedge uphill out of the rough, and it went further than if it was in the fairway.
Oh, that was
come on.
very close. And this one's for par.
Stuff like that is just so hard to overlook
And that one will
because
drop.
you'll have another hole where it's
And
the
one
exact
over
same
for the day
thing,
after that hole.
and then
Moving on to the 15th
you're
here.
short, you know. Or maybe it's not even the exact same thing, but maybe this time it's downhill,
And this shot's looking promising.
you know, a good let's say 5 yards
From
downhill.
170 yards out.
There's no wind hurting you. There's no wind helping. Oh no, there is a little bit wind helping on the one hole I was at. And you know, wow.
Well, this one looks like
It
it's
was
heading
not
to
very
the rough.
fast at all, and it goes left
Unlucky
10,
on that
15 yards.
approach shot.
And again, that loft shot, that is where it should have been out of the fairway.
Setting up about
Heavy rough.
12 feet away.
And it goes that far. But, you know, you have a wedge that rolled 20 feet off of an uphill lie. And I had a 6-iron. Wow, how does that not break? The 6-iron
This one looks
downhill
about,
5
4
yards,
feet.
wind helping just slightly, you know, only about 6 miles an
Oh
hour.
my gracious, that
Really?
was close.
Only about
And
6
this
miles
went
an
for
hour.
The double.
And it hits,
And currently sitting at 3
I wanna
over for the
say
day after that hole.
15 yards back and only
And
goes 10
setting
feet.
up on the 16th
like-
tee.
Really? That should have not only landed at least 10 yards further, but also if it hit where it landed where it was, it should have went at least 30 feet.
Going with the 8-iron here. And that approach is on with a lengthy putt coming up.
Yeah, I knew I didn't put enough brake, but goddamn, it shouldn't have rolled that far.
Looking like 8 feet to the cup here. And that
But
par
anyway,
putt
I said we
will
were going to try to
drop.
have fun with this, but after the game's been out,
And he will
what?
stay right where he is on the leaderboard
God, it
after that
has
hole.
to be like
Okay, and moving on to the
almost
17th
Has it
now.
been almost a year? It's been like 10 months or something like that, hasn't it? That the game's been out, and they still have the like
And
the
this is
stuff
looking
you need to.
fairway bound.
It's a sports game, a golf game. What do you need to look at? Swing mechanics. You need to look at you know, what physically happens to the ball. You know, when all this stuff is happening, that's the first stuff you need to look at in a golf game. You know, graphics and everything, they're second.
And he's got to be happy with that.
And it seems
And
like
this
they
is
just went for the
birdie.
latter. They went, how do we make the game look good? Because the game looks pretty good, you know, there's
Just missing here.
the crowd is absolutely
It's about a few
horrendous
feet from the
for
cup.
some reason.
And that one drops for par.
But the courses and everything look fantastic. Your character looks
And as we
pretty
look at
good.
the board, our leader is currently
Um,
sitting at 12 under par.
But the game
And
mechanics are
picking up
just
on the 18th
off
hole
in
action
so
here.
many
Let's see what
ways.
happens. Yeah, I think this one's going to find the fairway.
And it's just hard to ignore after, what, 10 months or something like that? I don't know
And
how
a
long the game's
buck
been out. I can't
90
remember.
out here.
And I saw something the other day. It was like, why are games doing this where they're releasing so many things
Going with the
unfinished
6-iron.
and all these problems? And I usually give them the benefit of the doubt. Like, you know, they were probably
And that is some
pushed by the publisher.
fantastic
You need to
club
release it,
work on
in this
par
time,
5 green, hitting it
which
at
is
2.
probably true, but still. You're going to lose a lot more money by releasing it unfinished early
Ooh,
than you
that-
would
that would've
pushing
been
it back another 3 months and
Nice
having
next
it.
putt for a final round
perfect,
score of
you know.
74.
It's just disappointing to see. But we obviously didn't win this one.
And Luke, as this event comes to an end,
And
for
it
him,
does
he's
seem
finished
very
with a
random when some of the stuff
semi-decent
works
result,
and
is what I'll
doesn't
say.
work.
Well, we know that was far below their best, John, but there are a few
Um,
bright spots in that performance that I know that they'll take to the next tournament.
It just seems very random when some of this stuff works and doesn't work in the game, and it's just very disappointing to see. Let's see. Hopefully we're still on top with stuff. Yeah, first in the FedEx and earnings, but oh, we're first by a mile because we won the other ones. Yeah, we won this one. Won this one. Again, the first one we won by 3. Okay, that's a pretty good amount. Second one we only won by 1 shot. Third one. Oh, that's the alternate. Third one we won by a mile. We won by 10 shots. And then the next 3, we lost by a mile. 5 shots, not too bad. And this one by a mile. So the next one we have the Riviera Open. Hopefully that one we can do a little bit better. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know I keep rambling on about the game and everything, but this is the only game the developers are making. I'm pretty sure. Could you fix it? But have a great day, guys. Bye.